I'm continuing on with my series giving the best 5 offseason moves from each NFL team. Today we have the Green Bay Packers. At 5 for the Packers, I have Keyshawn Nixon. The Packers re signed him in the offseason, and he's probably going to start for them this year. He's kind of moved to a full time slot position for them and has the potential to be a very decent piece for them. Not a super flashy re sign or anything, but the Packers are not one of my favorite off seasons. At 4, I have Edgerrin Cooper from Texas A&M. Now, I really liked Cooper coming out of college. He's a really aggressive linebacker that runs all over the field. He hits extremely hard too. He's not super disciplined though, and he's not the best in the run game, so he's not polished overall, but he has potential to be a game wrecker if he ends up being good. At 3, I have Xavier McKinney. The Packers needed some secondary help after last season where they had an up and down secondary. At times, their secondary was phenomenal in keeping them in games, and at times, they were blowing the game for him. McKinney's a good piece at safety who played pretty well for the Giants. That's going to fit in nicely here with the Packers. At 2, I have re signing Preston Smith. Preston Smith is one of the best players on this defense, and they got him on a decent deal now. So I think the Packers were really happy to get that done in the offseason. They're probably going to have to pay guys like Jordan Love here soon, so getting these deals out of the way is good. And at 1, I have Josh Jacobs. I'm a big fan of Jacobs. I think he runs really hard. I think he's a hard guy to tackle. And people forget that he was the leading rusher in the league a couple years ago. They lost Aaron Jones in the offseason to the Vikings, and they need somebody that can replace him. I'm not the biggest A.J. Dillon guy myself. They did re-sign him also in the offseason. So I think getting a true workhorse 3 down back for the Packers is great, and they got that in Jacobs. Overall, I do not really like the Packers offseason. I don't think they did anything too great, but these will be my 5 favorite moves from them. Comment what team I should do next.